G'day. G'day. Come on, g'day. Welcome to Loch Sport Lions Australia Day. Lovely to see you all here. We're trying to turn the weather on again, but it's better than last year when it rained, so we can be grateful for that. I'd like to introduce our Deputy Mayor, Alan Hall, who's going...
Thanks, Nolene. Firstly, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land, the Gilokernite people, and pay respects to their elders, both past and present. And I want to return to the fundamental issue of respect a little later. I'm delighted to be here and represent my colleagues and Mayor and fellow councillors of Wellington Shire. It's perhaps fitting that we're here looking out over the water, what a sensational sight it is, and being able to reflect on our origins, as so many of us, either directly or through our forebears, made the journey across or over the water from somewhere else to become part of and contribute to this rich tapestry of life in Australia. And whilst the celebration of this day generates difficulties for some of our first people, their position, like that of all of us, needs to be respected. Since being elected to council, I've been fortunate enough to participate in a number of activities, including meeting the Governor-General, but importantly, it was the events surrounding White Ribbon Day that's had a profound impact on me. White Ribbon Day itself reflects our emergency services personnel acknowledging... Turn the page, Alan. As an aside, I wrote this yesterday at the same time that the council officers were sending me their generic council speech. So I looked at the laptop and I looked at the piece of paper and decided I'd go with the rubbish that I'd written rather than the rubbish that they'd written. Back to White Ribbon Day, in fact, where the emergency services personnel acknowledged the need to speak out against discrimination and domestic violence. However, that day started with a breakfast meeting which was titled Champions of Change. And during that meeting we heard stories about people who've stood up against prejudice and violence to simply make a difference. From the primary kids at Maffra fighting gender stereotyping to the people of Ballara buying their pub so they had the focus the community wanted. And they were just two of the examples. But the most profound learning I had on that day was depicted in a triangle, which had at its base disrespect and at its point murder. The fundamental being, not every act of disrespect ends in murder, but every act of murder starts with disrespect. And here in Victoria, as we mourn the victims of a terrifying incident, it reminds me of the importance of respect for each other, respect for our right for quiet enjoyment, respect for diversity, as we are a nation built on diversity from our convict days through to our post-war migration and then the flow of those who we sought to support in South Vietnam and in more recent conflicts. It is this diversity of all the nationalities that have made this nation what it is today. And if Eric's got his stopwatch on, I said this will be under 5 minutes. Just recently, the state government funded a project involving activities for the ageing, and Wellington Shire engaged with the broader community. I get a sense that more was learnt from the incredibly engaged Loch Sport community than just about anywhere else. And again, this is reflective of our amazing community spirit. Whether it be the seed funding for the skate park, the All Abilities Access Path to the Surf, or the community support for Wheels for Xavier. And I'd like to acknowledge at this point in particular a mate of mine, Joni Glee, who some time ago said to me, would you mind if I ran a meat raffle at your pub on a Saturday morning? It took me all of 30 seconds to say that's not a bad idea. And since then, as you might know, Joan is folding up the sign and closing the ice cream container, but over the journey you have helped her raise in excess of $40,000 for local and major charities. And again, a major reflection of the community spirit that exists here. Quite simply, isn't this just a great place to be an Australian? In closing, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the community for the level of support we received during the election. It was my mate, the late Ralphie Brown, who suggested we should run, and Mike Evans and others knocked on the door and suggested the same thing. I was overwhelmed by the level of support and undertake to use my best endeavours to deliver the very best outcomes I can for this very special place. Thank you.
Well, we'll now have the national anthem, and I'll introduce you to all to our captain of the Fire Brigade, Dennis Berg, who's going to raise the flag for us today. Thank you, Dennis.
Excuse me.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is built by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strange land, let us sing advance Australia
Thank you. Judy, have you got your citizen? Alan, would you like to do the citizen?
Thanks, Nolan. I think this is the upside of this job. It's been terrific to be here, and I'm absolutely honoured to be able to do this. Opening the envelope, the Oscar goes to 2017 Loch Sport Lions Citizen of the Year Award. The 2017 Loch Sport Citizen of the Year goes to a lady who has dedicated a lot of years to many clubs in Loch Sport. She's been nominated in the past, and this year we received multiple nominations. This lady is Nolan Brown. Nolene is the face at the register of the CFA op shop every Sunday morning, but she's also the communications officer and is still in that position 21 years later. Nolene joined the Loch Sport Lions in 1995 and has served in several positions over that time. Today she is president, and over time she has served in that position 8 times. Nolene is front and centre buying and wrapping the gifts for the kids' Christmas party each year, and if that isn't enough, Nolene runs a bingo at the community hall every Wednesday afternoon. She maintains the lucky envelopes machine at the pub and also sells raffle tickets on Saturday morning with Joan. Nolene is president of Loch Sport Seniors Club and has been involved in their activities for many years. Nolene is a representative of the CFA at the CRG meetings to ensure we get our concerns heard. And as a personal aside, I'd have to say it was the greeting into this town, Nolene and Ralph, that was extended to us, and over the journey, in fact, so many friendships that have been forged in Loch Sport have been because of their generous and welcoming nature. So congratulations, Nolene, and thank you.
I think I'm stuck for words, and it's not usual. I get the endorsement for that from Ken, I guess. I feel very privileged and honoured to have been able to receive this. But look, it's been a pleasure doing things in Loch Sport. I don't call it work. I mean, just working along with people, and the people have always been wonderful. No matter what has cropped up, the Lions, you know, when tragedies have happened or anything, we get a raffle going or something. The people have been absolutely marvellous, and they are. Here in Loch Sport, I think it really is one of those beautiful towns that people look after each other, and what can I say? Thank you. Thank you. I've finished that speech. I'd just like to say that now we'll have some nice music and everything, and I believe that the hard-working sausage cookers and that have probably got ready for lunch, so if you'd like to join us for a sausage sizzle, you're all welcome. Thank you.
There once was a jolly swag camped by a billabong under the shade of a bar tree, and he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boy you'll come a-waltzing till the moon. Down came a jumper to drink at the billabong. I've got the swaggy and grabbed him with glee, and he sang as he stood at the jumbuck in his tugger. You'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he stood at the jumbuck in his tugger bag. You'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me. Down came the squatter, mad on his thoroughbred. Up came the troopers, 1, 2, 3. There's the jolly jumbuck you got in your tugger bag. You come a-waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you come a-waltzing Matilda with me. There's the jolly jumbuck you got in your tugger bag. You come a-waltzing Matilda with me. I've got the swaggy and jumped into the billabong. You'll never catch me alive, said he, and his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me. And his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come a-waltzing Matilda with me.